I will show you the photograph here in just a moment. And by the way, I apologize, my voice is a little bit raspy. That happens quite often. But the headline is, why did council officials ask an award-winning fish and chip shop to remove the Union flag mural? Mural being a sign on the side of the restaurant, the outside of the restaurant. Let's take a look at the sign. You can't show this sign. There's something objectionable about this sign. You can see it on the screen there. And what is objectionable, apparently, is the fact that there is this personified fish kind of made like a person, like Mickey Mouse and all that. And he's next to a bag of chips, or French fries as we would call them in the good old USA. So fish and chips is standard British fare, and this is offensive. This is a post, by the way, that was on Twitter or X. The head chef of the Golden Chippy, that's the name of the company, is Chris Kanizi. That is not a British name. That's a Cyprus name. This guy's from Cyprus. So they're griping about this guy from Cyprus. His Union flag mural, Union flag being the British flag, has the words, "A great British meal," painted on the wall. And they're offended by that. And it's been there for 20 years. Now, what I want you to notice is what I have highlighted here. It says they demanded that the sign, the mural, be covered up because they have received a number of complaints. Doesn't say how many, but a number. Well, number or numbers of complaints. Well, it's numbers plural, complaints plural, so that means there had to be at least two. Two is a number, and who made these complaints? It doesn't say really. So it could be the members of the council themselves made the complaints. We don't know. Maybe somebody will dig down deep and find out. But my guess is anytime they say something this vague, they being the far left woke media, chances are you can assume that they're trying to pull the wool over our eyes. And I don't like wool in my eyes. Very uncomfortable. So again, the owner of the Golden Chippy, a restaurant in Greenwich, southeast. This is in London, for crying out loud. You can't have a fish and chip shop with a British flag in London. All right. Kanizi, who is 65, has been ordered to cover up the tourist's favorite mural on a humanoid, I call personified, humanoid fish on the wall. The artwork, which includes the tagline, "A Great British Meal," has drawn a number of complaints. So they decided to determine it's an unauthorized advertisement, or advert, as they like to say in Britain. This guy has been the owner of the shop for the past 2 decades, mentioned that he believes no one was bothered by the mural that was deemed inappropriate. Look at that sign and tell me what is inappropriate. Inappropriate suggests offensive. Is the fish offensive? Don't think so. I don't know. Maybe there's some, what do you call those people? Animal rights activists who would find that offensive. To me, that would be like an upgrade, because they like to think of animals on an equal par with humans. So it's kind of making the fish look like a human. Never mind that they're eating them on the inside. Are they offended by the chips, the French fries? Maybe they don't like French people, but they're not French, they're chips. Maybe they're offended by the word British. Could be. But I think, what's really offensive about this is the flag. This is one tiny little battle in the war against Western culture. Now, I say that to say this. There are basically 2 ideologies. You're one or the other. You're either a globalist or you're a nationalist. And anytime you hear anyone demonizing nationalism, chances are they're globalist. And anytime you hear anyone demonizing, vilifying globalism, chances are they're a nationalist. So the British flag or any national flag is offensive to globalists. So my guess is the people who are attacking this sign are globalist. And what is it about this neighborhood that makes this sign so offensive? It's offensive to the community. Apparently, that seems to be the summation of this article, the community where this shop is located. So, if it's in London, you would assume that it is a British neighborhood. Well, it was, In fact, I'm old enough. Back in the 70s when I visited London, everybody I met was British. I mean, everybody. There was one person there who did not appear to be British, didn't sound like a Briton, didn't look like a Briton, but everybody else who were not tourists were British. Now, if you go to London nowadays, that's not true. I mean, there are great swaths of real estate that have been colonized by non-British people. And so my guess is this particular neighborhood, the southeast London neighborhood where the Golden Chippy is located, has a plethora of restaurants which are ethnic. But for some reason, the ethnicity, the classic ethnicity of the home country is offensive to all these other people who I'm guessing are not British. Okay, can you say displacement without getting dinged? I'm not sure you can or not. But this is a classic example of displacement. We'll see you all next time.